Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. And today, we're going to be talking about how I landed my first setting position. So, it's been a while, the content, and I'm glad to be back. Once I get the full setup ready, it's game over. I'm just waiting for a new mic, or I'm actually trying to do some research on what a good mic is. And then I'm just trying to fix up a few things in terms of like internet, stuff like that in this new place, and then content will be full steam. So, yeah, it's good to be back. Just the one thing I want to talk about right now today is how I landed my first position. Because I know I keep getting questions about how do you land a position, especially in this climate nowadays when it's 2023. A lot of people are getting into this space. So you might think it's quite competitive, or you might think getting these positions is quite scarce. Well, I'll just describe to you how I actually got my setting position and then how I used that to start earning, start getting momentum and start earning the first bit of Wi-Fi money consistently from there. So yeah, if you make sure you like this video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, comment down below what other videos you want me to film next before we get into it. And then yeah, so if we take it back, before I started appointment setting, I was actually trying to run my own business. I was trying to run my own coaching business for about a year. I was in uni at the time too, so while I was in uni, I used all that time, all that space. I was in my own place right now at that time, and I was just using it to purely figure out how to grow this coaching business, sign more clients. And it was a coach's business, so I'd help other coaches with organic marketing. But the only problem was it didn't really work out for various reasons, which I can go into another video. So yeah, I was running that for about a year, only signed like 1 or 2 clients, and they all actually came towards the last day of uni before I dropped out the first year. And yeah, that was a little too late, let's just say. But during that whole year, I was trying to figure out how to work this thing. Didn't work out, so now I moved back with my parents, and then from that point on, I had to figure out something else. Like I had to figure out a new opportunity, or else like my ass was toast, basically. So, fast forward a couple months, I dropped out of uni, moved back in with parents, and then I put the coaching business on hold. And at the same time, another one of my friends started their own coaching business. They used to have an agency, a social media marketing agency, and that didn't work out, funnily enough. So that friend of mine, we had quite a similar path. Like we were both running our own businesses, didn't really work out, and then we decided to get into just learning one skill. So for him, it was high ticket closing. So before he started his coaching business, he got into high ticket closing, landed a position, and then he just saw success from there. Even during the first month, he did about 7K in terms of commission, right? And then 12K, and then so on, right? For me personally, when I did my own coaching business, it didn't work out. And then I started mastering one skill, which was appointment setting, by starting to work with this friend. Because after he'd done his remote closing position, he decided to start helping others with it. He decided to start his own coaching business, helping people get into appointment setting and high ticket sales. This was around October now. So October, November, that's when he started the business. And then he reached out to me because he recently had TikTok go viral. It had about 1 million plus views for his, and it was content for his coaching business. It got a ton of leads. Only problem was, it's a lot of views, it's a lot of attention. You just need someone now who has the time and energy and the skills too, to convert those into book calls. So what does he do next? He sees the TikTok go viral, and then he reaches out to me asking for help as to deal with those leads. Right? I'm like, okay, yeah, bet. We're quite good friends at this time as well, so yeah, I'm down to give a helping hand, especially when I've got nothing else to do. So I give him a helping hand. Lo and behold, in like the first week, we start booking our first calls, and then we start signing our first few clients together. So and then obviously, what does that mean? Leads to my first few commission. And during that first month of starting out with him, I had already made more money just through commission than trying to sign my own clients through my own coaching business. So when that happened, it just made sense. I dropped the coaching business completely, and then I just started working with my friend full time now. And then ever since then, from that point on, October to November to March and so on, and even to this day, I'm still working with him. It's just grown exponentially, both for me and for his company. Okay, so how did he actually get to reaching out to me in the first place? This is the question you're probably asking. He reached out to me because we were in a mutual community. we were in a mutual coaching program. We had the same mentor. Okay, so we had the same mentor, and we've known each other for quite a while, even before all this. And yeah, he's just seen the results I've been getting. I was booking a lot of calls through my coaching business, my own thing, but I just struggled to close deals. So I guess you could say it was a sales problem mixed with an offer problem mixed with some other things. So he's just been saying the whole time, well, I don't know, I have to verify with him, but like, he's just been seeing the whole time my progress with like booking appointments and appointment setting. So he must have thought, okay, I'm getting a ton of DMs. I need someone to help me book these calls. Who's the first person I'll get to do that? Probably Matt. Okay, I'll reach out to him. So the way I got my first position was through a mutual community, was through network, it was through mentorship programs, right? And it's not just mentorship programs you can join to have the same effect and have the same opportunities. It could be mentorship programs, it could be Facebook groups, it could be Discord groups, any sort of community, any sort of network, whether paid or free. And I'd recommend you actually pay for them. And the reason why is because price and money is a great barrier to entry. So it's just the quality that you get from people who are in paid groups compared to free groups is just night and day, right? And it's nothing personal, it's just how it is. Whenever someone pays for a piece of content or an opportunity or something, anything, they've automatically placed a level of value and a level of commitment in that said thing. Whereas if you just get something for free, you can choose, you're not really losing out on anything. You can just, like with the YouTube video, for example, you could watch my YouTube video right now and you can click off and you'd not implement and don't do anything about it and you forget about it and there'd be little to no repercussion, right? But if you just drop like $1,000, $2,000 on a course or a program and you choose not to implement it, then that's on you. Now you've basically lost $2,000. So that's what people need to get in their heads is you can invest. So it goes two ways. You can invest in something, in a course, in a program, and like you need to see it through. You need to see it through. I know people all the time. I know two types of people. One type of people who they're too scared to invest just because they only see the cost, but they don't actually see the ROI in it. If they put their head down and they actually work and actually make an effort to making that program work or that course work. And then there's another type of people who, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's good that you have an abundance mindset with money, but you're taking it the other side of the spectrum too far, where you're just dishing out $2,000, $3,000, $1,000. You're just dishing out all your money. You're spending every last penny on courses and mentorship. But the problem is you're not implementing them, or maybe you're in too many that you cannot commit to them, and then therefore you get no results. And then now you're realizing, or now you're thinking, you're tricked into believing, oh, it's this course's fault, it's this mentorship fault, right? Let me move on to the next one. And now you're getting the shiny object syndrome. Now you're just in shiny object syndrome, going from one thing to another too quickly instead of sticking to something, actually committing, and letting the compound effect take place. So if you're those two types of people, I'd be very careful with your actions and actually, adjust accordingly, right? You want to get into a program, you want to get into a paid mentorship, you want to get into a private network, into a free network even, and then actually implement it, actually apply the things in it, actually use the resources to its fullest. Because today, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't do that. I would have met the people I met today if I didn't implement, if I didn't actually go out of my own way, be proactive, network with these types of people that I've met, and try to see where I can give value, right? Without expecting anything in return, because that's the big thing here. Okay, so the answer is I found my first setting of opportunity because both of us, we had the same mentor and we were in the same group. And we just happened to be connected with each other. We're both Filipino too, so that always helps, having like a mutual connection there. We're both young, we're both Filipino. We both had experience running our own businesses. We've tried every business model under the sun. So yeah, and it's like we have a similar story, so we just hit it off. And then yeah, I think eventually the opportunity arises. It's going to be different for every person. Mine just happened to be last year, Q4, when he started his own business, and then he needed help with appointment setting. And then when I was starting my own coaching business, one of the biggest skills I learned was appointment setting. So yeah, like the opportunity just met luck and timing, and here we are today. And we are still working closely together to this day. So that is how I landed my opportunity. And the takeaway from this video is get into the right communities. Grow your network. Your network is your net worth. People say it all the time because it's true. But not just any old network. Like, actually be specific with the type of people you want to attract and the type of people you want to bump into. Think about what sort of value proposition you can give. Even if you're just starting out and you might think you have no value, there's always a piece of value that you could give. You just have to sit and really think about what makes me me, what's something that I have that not as many people have. Just asking those type of questions, and then be willing to invest and be willing to pay even to get in these groups if you need to, because trust me, like, the quality of these people are just so much higher compared to the guys who are just getting for free, right? And there's nothing wrong with free communities, there's nothing wrong with free groups, right? But just really consider that. Really start thinking about things. Stop letting go of money. Start letting go of money. Stop being too attached to it, and start seeing it as a tool. Seeing it as your little soldiers. Like, every dollar represents a little soldier in your bank account, and you have to deploy them to actually make them useful and actually get an ROI, get the result that you want. Okay, so start deploying your little money soldiers wisely. Start investing into paid groups. Like, if you want to know what I recommend, just DM me on Instagram. I can shoot you like the type of communities I'm in, and then you might even bump into me in there. So yeah, but apart from that, that's how I found my first position, and yeah, I'm gonna be using that moving forward. It depends on what endeavor I have next. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it provided some insight, especially from my journey starting out when I was just in your guys' positions. And yeah, if you found this valuable, if you know a friend who would find this valuable, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this with them. You know the drill. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And then yeah, I will see you in the next video.